Okay guys, I am back and we are totally experimenting. I have no idea if this is going to turn out. I've asked around several places and gotten several different ideas. So I'm going to go with the one that I think might work the best for me. So I want to use this little pocket die that I originally saw on Crafty Cat. Amy did these cool pockets. I'll show you what it is, and then I'll give you the little number. I got it off Amazon. Don't ask me to link it because I barely can link shops. But yeah, I'll give you, it's the Stitch Slots Pocket Set. Set of 2 dies, approximate cut is 5.58 by 5.35. Okay, so it comes with this one, and it's Maddie's Crafting Joy. And then it also comes with this little piece. And so when the pocket's cut, it's really just like the outside and then these little slots right here. And then you cut this, and then it sets right in there. Okay. So you, in essence, would cut like a color for this one and then colors for this one. So, I'm going to set this aside first. Oh, I was going to give you the SKU. Okay. So that right there, let's see, let's turn it that way. That is that product number. And then I don't know, it says watch video. So I'm not sure if that's like an actual tutorial of it or whatever. But yeah, so there's that. Okay, we'll set that aside for a second. So I'm going to try it on paper or like on fabric. I have no idea if it's actually going to turn out or not. We will see. So I'm going to bring out my handy dandy Mod Podge, and this will be like, I'll have to stop the video, let this dry, that sort of thing. And I don't have a big die cutter. I have like the Platinum Spellbinder cutter. So we'll see. If it doesn't turn out, because since it's a smaller die cutter, I'll have to like cut it in half. And then if it doesn't turn out, then we'll still make fabric pockets, and I'll have the other half here. So this particular fabric is one that I got at Joann's recently, like last week. It was just in their fat quarter section. So yeah, I'm hoping that this works because I think it would look really cool. And then if it does work on this one, then I have some decorative fabric that we can put on the pocket, the little pieces that go on the front of the pocket. So that's why I was like, okay, we'll do a solid color here. And then we'll, yeah, we'll just see. We'll just see what we get. So we have our Mod Podge completely like saturating this thing. So we'll just get started. And then after it's dry, I'll have to cut it down, obviously. So actually, no, it might be a better idea. Did I already get Mod Podge on that one? I did. Okay. So I'll set that aside for a second. And all right, fumbling fingers and all, I'm just going to flip this upside down. And we'll just get it stuck down away from that selvage. Not too concerned about that. We'll at least just get it down, and then we'll turn it over and smooth out any wrinkles, maybe, because we know how well I craft, right? All right, so it'll really have to dry. Let's get that smoothed out. That one, and it is coming through a little bit, but hopefully this stuff doesn't take too awful long to dry. Hoping it doesn't. Okay, all right, guys, it is on there, and I will wait till it dries so I don't like bubble anything. Because once if the cutter does work, then, and I'm going to try my cutter on film. I'll show you what it is. I think I ordered it right from the Spellbinders website. But again, this was probably Was it last year? No, it was 2 years ago. 2 years ago birthday. So yeah. All right. So yep, I'm going to pause the video and I will be back when it's all dry and then we'll try to cut it. All right. See you in a minute. Okay, guys, I am back and we are going to attempt this. Like I said, it's a Spellbinders Platinum 6, I guess. And my plates have been really well loved. And again, I have this could be a total nightmare, but we'll at least figure it out, right? I had somebody else say, well, why don't you put it on wax paper or, not wax paper. Yeah, maybe wax paper. Whatever Tuesday did with her stuff like a couple months ago, she did a really cool thing. Yeah, sometimes taking off these dies off the cardboard is kind of a nightmare. Anyways, I have never, I mean, like, it's a brilliant video, but I have never been able to, oh shoot, I cut my paper to, oh, it'll fit this direction. Okay. I don't know how much you guys are seeing here. Okay, let's do that. It's centered on there. And then somebody said they didn't think that these thinlits would actually cut through fabric. So we're going to find out, right? What's the worst that's going to happen? We totally mess it up and we have to throw it out, right? All right, here's hoping that it works. Okay, cross your fingers, guys. Oh, you are really wiggling. All right, guys, sorry. I'm going to go slower, see if it can go. And then I think, oh my goodness. Okay, now I'm going to go back in this direction and maybe the second cut will really work. Oh, trying to go slow so it doesn't jostle you so much. So, but at least this time we know that I can't really die cut on camera without it really like messing with you guys. All right, so, all right, let's see. Well, kind of it worked. I'll have to dust it off and I'll probably have to do a little bit of spot gluing, but wow, it worked. Sweet. Okay. All right. So let's set that aside for a second and set this and this aside. I'll just set it over here for a second because now what I'd like to do is do the same thing only with a coordinating fabric now that we know that it'll work. And I have several different kinds of fabric that I got. We'll have to pick. Okay, so I got that one. Their pickings were kind of slim this year. I got that one. Okay. I think I like this one. I think that kind of sets all of them off. Well, you guys can't help me because you're going to see this a couple of days after I do it. So I think I'm going to go with that one. So let's do, because I only got a half a yard of everything because like I said, pickings were kind of slim. So yeah, that should work okay. All right, so, and then I'll have to pause you to let it dry. And that took about an hour and a half, in case somebody needs to know that. In case you were wondering, and I'm going to really try to get the edges this time. Like I said, I'll probably have to go back through and glue a little bit of that down, like at least around the edges, just in case. I think I'm going to move this out of the way. Okay, let's see. Set that aside. Bring this in. I don't know that I would do too much thicker of a fabric because I don't think that that would work real well. But yeah, so far it seems to be pretty good. I'll just go up a little bit. Okay. Seems like that dried out a little bit. So before, yeah, it seems like that Mod Podge dried out way too quick. Okay, well, let's just coat it again, right? That's all we need to do. See what happens when you're all like focused and you're not on your game. It dries out. I think it's just summer months, because if this were the middle of winter, it would be like 8 to 10 hours later. I mean, I probably didn't have that thick of a coat on it, so I'll just slap it on now. Not really thick. Trying to move quick. Yeah, I would say you want to definitely put on a pretty thick coat, because you're not going to have a ton of time to move it around. Okay. Flip this over. Sure is pretty fabric though, huh? Wow, I do like that. Okay. Okay, all right, now I'm gonna just set that aside. I'm gonna pause the video again, and then we will get that cut and just see how the little top pocket pieces work in a die cutter. And I will talk to you guys soon. Okay guys, I am back for a few minutes just to finish this up with you guys, and we'll make sure that this little die cuts just as well as the other one, and we've got to cut 3 of them, and then hopefully we will be able to boy, this is kind of awkward. Hopefully we will be able to glue them on in this video too. So this one, I'm not actually even for sure how. I'll try to go slow. Sorry guys, I know it's so jiggly. We'll at least glue one in. Ooh, ooh, ooh. All right guys, you might have to close your eyes. Oh. Okay. I gotta move my glue. I think we're over the hump maybe. Oh, I don't want it go shooting out the other end, because that does happen with this thing. I'm putting it at the very end. Oh, it's not going to go. Okay. Uh-oh. The cap fell out. There we go. All right, apparently it just doesn't want to be in there for the video. And I don't know about anybody else, but I will actually show you one of my, the end of my cutter. Frequently, I need to put some thread tape in there, but the handle frequently comes off. I think it's because I move it around so much. Okay, let's see what we got. Did it go? Oh, it did. All right, cool. All right, so this is, oh. Okay, we've got one strand here, and we'll just nip it while we're at it. Okay. Let's cut our second one. This one ought to be just a tad easier. All right. Again, it's gonna wiggle. Sorry guys, there's not much I can do about it. Holy moly. It does not like that. It's definitely not like paper. I'm trying really hard not to jostle you too much. Okay, we're over it. I'm gonna run it back through. And it's gonna bump. Okay. I really hope that didn't do a double cut, that it just, okay. All right, so second time cutting fabric. It is leaving a little bit more of the strings. So I anticipate, so it must be dulling it pretty good. So maybe don't do fabric too much with your die cuts, or at least the thinlits. Like the steel cut dies, I bet you does pretty good. Okay, we'll go about there. We're trying to keep the die as, or the, you know, straight as possible since we picked stripes. Okay, and again, guys, we're gonna go to wobbly mode. Okay. Sorry. Okay, we're gonna go back over it. Okay. Okay, so that one cut pretty good. Oh. All right, so let's set this stuff aside. And yeah, I have to remember to tighten my screw on that handle. I thought about getting one of the electric ones, but you know what, I almost can't justify it because I don't use this I don't use it. I use it a couple of times a week, but not so much so that I can just justify spending more. Okay, so I think for me, since it's fabric, I'm going to go ahead and fold my side lines here at about where I think they should be. Okay, that looks about right. And then I'm going to crease this down. Okay. Sorry, I'm in this red. I would suggest if you do this, do it with a different color that doesn't show all the weirdness. And I think I'm going to go ahead and put it down with my tacky glue. So I'm just going to coat this pretty good. And because it'll dry clear. Okay. Sorry, you might end up getting my head in there. Let's try to get that lined up as best we could. You know what? I think these would look super cute at Christmas time. Okay, paper towel. And if you did like, if you were doing paper, do like either Christmas paper or do like some napkins, like do book page on the back. And then do like collage Christmas, or I just think that would look so stinking cute. Okay. Oh my gosh, so cute, isn't it? So I'm just picking it up just to make sure I got it all in there right. Okay. And I do think I'm going to let this dry overnight before I do anything with it. And unfortunately, you guys won't see it in like me mounting it until like after you've already seen the flip through, I think. I haven't quite decided if doing an after 4th of July is good or if that's just kind of overkill. You know what I mean? Okay. Okay. All right. So just to give you an idea of what happens with this, let's see, what do we got here? We got this little tag. So yeah, it will, you can just fill little pockets, very similar to the Tim Holtz one, only obviously in a much bigger scale. Oh, I love it. Oh, I am super excited that that die worked on fabric. So yeah, there we go. So yep, and I think, like I said, I think I'm going to lay it flat to dry, and I'll probably put something on top of it. Really just to make sure that fabric and cardstock don't, like, I don't want to say come apart, but yeah, kind of. I'm kind of feeling like it might need that. So I'm going to lay it super flat and then put a book on it and leave it for the day. And or to the point now probably in the day that I can just take that away because I'm not working on Mod Podge right now. So yeah, that is how that looks. All right, guys, thanks for hanging with me and having some fun with me. And we will just talk to you guys soon. Bye.